It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Please won't you be, please won't you be my neighbor? Hi neighbor. Welcome to the 2011 presentation of the budget for the Garnett Church of Christ. I'm happy to be here with you today by video. My family and I are at Harding this weekend watching the senior recital of my nephew Devin. He is a genius pianist, a virtuoso, and really one of the best that Harding has ever seen. Now, my first part of the presentation today might be called Play It Forward. As we look forward to 2011, the financial vision for the Garnett Church of Christ is truly exciting. There's a lot to feel good about. Now, 2010 was a difficult year for just about everyone on the planet, but we did well. And I'm really proud of the way the leadership team has approached the budget last year and now looking forward to 2011. Instead of insisting on expansion or growth of money spent, we're looking at a budget that actually has money left over by design. And all of the budget amounts are based on actual giving from 2010. Now, there is an effort from the past that we do miss, and this was the process of the corporate tithe for missions. At the end of a service, we'd announce how much had been given, take 10% of that, and give it to a certain mission that might just be drawn out of a hat. Well, for 2011, the team really wants to do something in that similar light. While still in the planning process, we're looking at a $1 a day extra program. Folks who would normally write a check for $40, $50, $70 would simply add a 7. So 40 becomes 47. And in the memo amount of the check, they would place where they want that money to go for extra spending in the mission field. Now, this year, we want all of our efforts of giving to be at places where we're actually involved and invested in. Our idea for this year is to have different areas that people could put in that memo area where they'd want to have their money go. And the areas would be here, near, and far. So here, near, and far. And this way the contributor would be able to have different efforts that they could direct their mission contribution towards. This might be here in the food pantry or the benevolence, or near for the kids camp or celebrate recovery, or far, such as items as drilling water wells in Uganda or medical mission efforts in Nicaragua. Now, looking forward to the specific budget presentation for 2011, you will see that it is in a single column format. For a few years now, the church and the event center have had their accounting done in separate books for the calculations and tabulations. This is was necessary to help us stratify and understand exactly what was happening, what was being done, and who was responsible. Well, this has been accomplished sufficiently now that the columns can come back together where they belong. This represents more of what we actually do, which is supposed to be one effort under one roof for the betterment of God's kingdom. And it was really a cool deal when we saw this come together because it represented so many years of great efforts and striving, of intense work for such an evolvement. Now, second part of the talk. This is called Thriving Forward. Our church here at Garnett is really bigger in its reach than one would have in a church of our size normally. Our history for the past 40 years and now with the event center puts us in a very unique position here in our community and at large. Our efforts for 2011 are including things that are now on the drawing board, some are in the planning room, and some are occurring now in the arena of action. So let's catalog a few of these ideas just line by line. We would like to move back to having meals on Wednesdays. The focus would be for our community and about the poor that are in our area and those who are less fortunate who have specific needs. Next, the work day last September was an incredible effort, very spectacular in its success. And we'd like to continue having something like that on a regular basis called the Service Saturday. We would like to serve ministries such as the Angel Food Distribution, improvements to our building, maintenance to our building, or use of days for service for those in the community who are needy. Next, the 2030 group has been meeting at Beth and Ben's house and has been quite successful. Tim Herbal has been pivotal in keeping this thing going. We see now that there's a need to strengthen that and broaden that support, such as having a softball league, which will help with growth and make that group larger and have more of a continual feel. Next, one of our hottest ideas that we have going is that of the Kids Day Camp. This will launch with a 5K run here in just a few short weeks. This camp came out of whispers that Greg heard when he was listening for ideas of things that would help our community. And this is the community immediately around us. We hope not only to touch the lives of the kids that come to camp, but the parents that we will come into contact naturally with as they drop their kids off and have more involvement. Next, we need more shepherds. We'll be launching a pretty cool effort in involving the congregation to bring forth names, bring forth people, to invite folks to lead with us, to be mentors, spiritual guides in our journey in the kingdom. We also look to relaunch the deacon or even deaconess program from the past. Next, we look to improve the use of rentable space here at the event center and at our church, as well as the land that surrounds our building that we own. We want to be better stewards of what God has given to us. This will include a beginning with the commissioning of a survey to plat the land and to get it into order as to where the boundaries actually are. This will cost about $5,000. Next, the space under the balcony is really poorly used at this time and not easily used. It's not even a great space to sit under and listen to a presentation in the auditorium. What we'd like to do is enclose that space and make more classrooms. Those classrooms could be used now if we had them available. And what that'll do is leave a capacity of 700 or 800 folks on the main floor and as much as about 1,000 or even 1,200 people in the balcony area. The total would still have us being able to seat 2,000 people. Next, the Wednesday night gatherings should become more frequent and evolve to a new, exciting format. This would begin with maybe 15 or 20 minutes of actual joyful gathering together and then moving towards a specific seminar. Seminar ideas might be marriage, relationships, financial work, financial peace, celebrate recovery, body and soul exercises, friends speak, those just to rattle off just a few. Next, we're looking for our life groups to become more enriching, to be more in number, and to even have a sense that they give themselves a name of who they are, to better define what their personality is and what their basic level of service or mission is all about. Well, that's just a few. That's a very big plate that we have before us. But to me and to our leadership, that seems doable. Our history of that is doing a lot, being very innovative, doing a lot of development, and helping a lot of people. Thanks for being here, and you guys have a great Sunday. Thank you so much.